Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design. I just came out here in the factory and set up my camera to shoot my my video. Sue and I this morning finished putting in the wood. It's all in the woodshed. So I got some pictures of that. Actually got about 10 cord in there. It's about a cord and a half to a tier, and I've got 6 tiers, which would be 9 cord, and then another 3/4 of a tier, which is the other cord. So I got about 10 cord of good dry hardwood for this winter, 18-inch. So, and my chimney was relined a little while ago. I got a good furnace. I'm all set to go. The weak spot in the whole thing is if the power goes out, the furnace has a blower on it, so I have to run the generator just to run the blower on the furnace. So, I've looked into putting in a furnace with what's called a plenum on top, which just works on heat rising and all that. Long story short is, my ductwork isn't big enough for that type of a setup. When I was a kid, we had that setup in where I was brought up. Great big cast iron furnace down cellar, no blower. And it was probably because the furnace was invented before electricity was in people's houses. It was old. But the ductwork was galvanized steel, and the ducts were like this square. There was only like 3 in the entire house, and they were 2.5 feet square. And the intake was like 3 feet. And that worked really well. That worked pretty darn good. Not perfect, but real well. But the ductwork I've got now is only like that big around, and there isn't enough pressure for a plenum to really work really well. It would keep the house warm, but I wouldn't be happy with it. So the only real alternative to that is to stay with a blower, but come up with a power source that doesn't require I run a generator until the power comes back on, which to some degree that's good because I've got the power right there, and if it's off for 2 or 3 days, I can plug my freezer and refrigerator into it and cool everything back down, and anything else that needs to be powered. I think I can even run my water pump off. My water pump's 110. It's a Danish pump, real high tech, got a computer in it and everything. But I would hesitate to do that. I'd be afraid I might mess it up. But anyway, the alternative would be, in my mind, would be several solar panels and a bunch of gel cells and run it off of that. And, you know, I'd do the math. I'd have to have quite a few gel cells. It draws, I don't know, 2 3/4 amps at 120 volts, and it runs every 10 minutes. It comes on and runs for a couple of minutes. So I did the math on it in a 24-hour day, and I'd have to have like 10 gel cells, car size, and you know, I have to have a couple 3 solar panels to really do it right. And the power doesn't go off that often, so I'm hesitant to go out and spend that kind of money for something I may never use. So anyway, like I said, the wood's in, and it's Saturday. I'm going to take the rest of the day off, go to the dump, probably go have an ice cream and goof off, go for a bike ride. Supposed to be a good day for riding bike. And not sure what I'm going to do with the rest of the day. Kind of still thinking about that. I was going to come out here this morning and make atomic blanks, but I think I'm going to reserve that for tomorrow. It's not that big a job. I don't need that many blanks. Probably only make somewhere between 5 or 10 blanks because I don't sell that many atomics. It's not that popular a stove. Now, before I forget it, I want to take a survey here. Get the camera down a little bit. Okay, what I want to know from you guys is, and probably in the end, 325, 350 people are going to watch this video. Okay, So I'm going to get to survey 325 people. And what I want to know is, of all the people watching this video, that's you, if you're watching this video, do you backpack? Do you backpack for more than one day? And when you do backpack, do you eat just trail mix and candy bars, stuff like that? Or do you eat pre-made, freeze-dried like Mountain House or Pack a Meal, whatever the name of it is, Backpacker's Kitchen, there's a lot of different ones. Do you eat that type of stuff? Or do you prepare your meals right at home and dehydrate them and do it that way, of the three ways? And just a quick note in comments to give me some idea what kind of an audience I have here. Because my gut feeling from what's going on here is I'm getting a lot of new customers every day that I think have watched either the movie with the blonde girl, Wild, or are going to watch the movie, or have watched the new movie about backpacking with Robert Redford in it. And they're inspired to go backpack. And I'm getting a lot of emails from people telling me they don't know anything about alcohol stoves and they want my input, which I'm giving them to the best of my ability and answering everybody's questions and their follow-up questions. And I'm selling a lot of soda can stoves, that type of stuff, and pots and cook kits, which would be something that a new person new to backpacking probably would be ideally suited for. Simple, hot, super lightweight. So I'm thinking my audience is mostly people who don't backpack anymore, deck packers, a few backpackers, and most of the new people are just getting into backpacking. But I don't know that, and I need your input to clinch that, so I know how to market my audience and give you guys what you want to see. Obviously, what you're seeing right now is probably not way up on your list. You probably could care whether I got my firewood in or not. I think later today, if I'm in Newport, I want to show you some of just from the road, some of the local businesses and give you a little background on what it's like in Maine, business-wise. There's a few businesses there that have some interesting backstories. I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design. Try to have a really great day and try to have some fun today. You deserve it. Bye-bye.